What's up, everybody? Welcome to Warped Season 2, episode number 29. 29 episodes. How's it going? Welcome to the show. Please be aware we will be using mature language. Do whatever you need to do to prepare yourselves for that. How's it going? Welcome back to the show. Sorry we took a week off. There's been a lot of crazy shit that's been going on. Hopefully everybody understands. Lots of things going on. Howdy ho, everybody. How goes it?
Howdy ho, y'all.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome. If you guys have never seen the show before, this is a space opera role-playing show where the characters have been through some shit. There's been a bit of misplaced universes, I guess you could say. Just a slightly misplaced universe.
I think I left it in my other coat.
Right. Yeah. Definitely another code. We have a lot of fun here, and it's good times. We play the What's Old is New RPG system. We're the official stream of the What's Old is New RPG system, so you should go check it out. There we go. There's the command. We can do it. We can do it, everybody.
We did it.
You can head on over to warriourrpg.com where you can learn a little bit more about what's going on with the role-playing system and how we do things. Also, if you want to check out oh God, I'm horrible with my own commands. Oh my God.
Me too. I don't know any of my own commands.
There we go. It took me a little while. It's like when you're trying
That's what we have mods for.
It's like when you're trying to remember a password for all the different websites and shit. That's what happens. But you can head on over to the official Warped channel where I've got a character creation video. If you guys are curious about creating your own character in the What's Old is New system, you can head on over there. But why don't we go around the room? Let's introduce everybody and their characters. Let's get started with Mr. Iron Chef Bobby Flail.
What's up, guys? I'm Iron Chef Bobby Flail here on Twitch. I just completed a move up to Toronto, which has been 3 years in the works, more or less. Yay! So that's exciting. Everything's set up. There's a bit of an echo, so hopefully I'll be able to fix that soon. But yeah, I play in Vaktu, the giant predator-esque alien who is not very good in social settings. And the thing that makes him even worse in social settings is not only does he have no grace or sense of concept as to how other people are really feeling, he's super into his own culture, and I guess you could say almost like a religious fanatic, so to speak, for his tradition. So interactions get a little bit odd, but yeah, can't wait to play. Last week was off, but let's do it. Can't wait.
Excellent. Fuzzy?
Hello, I'm Fuzzy Freaks, and I'm now playing Circe, who's she's kind of a weird alien vampire person with she's got mind control hormone type things going on, and yeah, she's great. Yeah, she's definitely not evil at all. No, she's lovely. She's also a filmmaker, documentary maker. She's a reporter. She's here to report on things. I don't know what she's here to report on, but things. It also means that I don't have to sit there going, right, my lover, how are you doing? Which is just fucking pleasant. Oh, my voice feels so much better already. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
No announcements?
Oh, no, yes, I've got a subathon going on tomorrow. I forgot about that. I'm the best at subathons.
Obviously, you've been putting in a lot of effort into the marketing of the subathon, Fuzzy. It's good.
How am I not bigger on Twitch? I don't even know.
And Zagonicus, why don't you go next there, bud?
Hey, everybody, I'm Zagonicus, and I've been reading a book called Why We Sleep by Matt Walker, a neuroscientist, very smart individual. Y'all get your fucking sleep. That's all I'm gonna say. Get the lights off, get your 8 hours, or bad things will happen. I've not finished it. I'm a third of the way through, but I recommend reading it anyway.
I had a nap earlier. Does that count?
Naps are actually something we're biologically driven to do shortly after lunchtime. So taking a nap's actually good for you, and you should do it. Anyway, should be about 30 minutes to an hour.
Does not compute.
Anyway,
Can't work during nap.
As for me, I'm thinking since the booster pack for Binding of Isaac came out, the last one, and I love that little game, and it's kind of got a special little place on Twitch, I might start over and like unlock everything from the beginning, just because it's a fun little challenge, and I don't often do those on stream. So I'm thinking about doing that next week. And then, yeah, role-playing and stuff here and other places. That's me.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah. I play Ilya Muromets. He's a Russian guy. It's cool.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. I'm Wax Steven. I am the GM of Doom. I will be dragging these guys kicking and screaming through the adventures today. And, yeah, guys, just a heads up. We're actually coming close to the end of this season. We've only got a few episodes left until we are done with this season of Warped. What does that mean for everybody? Well, that means we're starting fresh with the show. We're going to have a fresh take on things for the show, and we're going to be changing things up. We're going to be sort of switching gears a little bit. And we'll be talking about that a little bit more in future weeks, but there's going to be some more setting building. We're going to be doing some more character creation and stuff like that, and hopefully we're going to have lots and lots of chat helping us out and helping us create this new setting. But I will give you a hint that we're going to be doing a much sillier sort of style campaign. It's going to be a bit less intense, and it's going to be a bit lighthearted, which I think works very well with everyone's personality in the group. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, let's kind of hop into things for what we got going on here. If you guys have been watching the show, you'll note that the characters are crew members aboard the Arcadia, a colony ship that was intended to colonize new planets, obviously, but also to research a sort of universal dimensional plague known as the Nothing, slowly encompassing more of the universe that they knew it. The characters were forced to leave their home system, the Sol system, that we are currently located in as human beings, as they watched the Earth get destroyed, sucked up by this Nothing. They were forced to jump through a tachyon gate and hopefully try and get far enough away that where they can research this problem and find a new home. Things went awry as they were actually sent to a different universe, and about 70 to 90,000 light years away from their current position. A bit off, just a little bit off target. Things kind of escalated from there as they met a few alien races that were friendly and a few that were not so friendly. Specifically, an insect-like group of creatures known as the Secrets that have been consuming whatever resources they have been able to gather, and in the process destroy civilizations and worlds. And the Secret have been sort of moving through this sector of the galaxy, doing just that, creating a major problem for everyone that's nearby, I guess. The groups have had several run-ins with them, and things have escalated in many ways, causing a lot of tension between the people aboard the Arcadia and the politicians and the alien races that are that make this part of their galaxy home. The group has been trying to reach out and find more alliances in the galaxy, in this sector, and see if they were able to do something that can help them fight against the Secret. But it hasn't gone super well. The first group that they met, known as the Gorilloids, have been under attack by the Secret, and they have not been succeeding in their confrontations. They've already lost one planet to the Secret, and the politicians aboard the Arcadia have decided that they want to get the fuck out of Dodge, basically. They want to get out of here. Things haven't been going well on that front. They've decided to sort of leave the Gorilloids behind and move on, trying to find new alliances. One of the alliances that the group has kind of found, sort of a bit unintentionally, was a group known as the Pirilp. They ended up ending. They happened upon a group of craft known as the Spectacle, a sort of modular group of ships that connect to a larger network of entertainment that the Pirilp use for their economy and their general entertainment. The Pirilp value entertainment over all else, and the characters participated in the Spectacle, trying to get an audience with the higher-ups in the Pirilp society. The experience did not go well, as one of their group, Thick, decided to try to hack the Spectacle in the hopes of learning more about the status of her shipmates, and it didn't go very well. They were detected, and they were basically brought up into a kangaroo court. Things sort of went downhill from there, and they were considered guilty. Luckily, they were able to appeal to the Pirilp's baser sensibilities in their demand for constant entertainment. And, well, they were able to convince the Pirilp that there was an entertainment value in confronting the secret. And, Betty, Fuzzy's old character, enjoyed the romance aspect of the Spectacle so much that she decided to jump ship and abandon her mission and just kind of fade into the entertainment spectacle.
No. She didn't fade into it. She just rammed her way in face first.
Sure, face first. Definitely face, not crotch.
Do you know how hard to ram yourself into something crotch first is if you don't have ramming equipment, okay?
Betty luckily does.
I thought she was allowed to take it with her. Actually, no, they would have just been just throwing the bag of things. This is all yours, leave.
Yeah, I think Ilya just had a giant smile on his face and chucked your duffel bag out the back.
Drop kicking out.
So the characters were able to convince the Pirilp to send a delegation to the Arcadia in the hopes of, securing an alliance of some sort. And Circe was essentially the documentarian of the whole thing. The group has started their journey back to the Arcadia, and things haven't gone great so far. Mainly that, Vok2 has gone on a hunger strike since he's found out that the food supplied to him is all synthetic and that no live creatures have been procured for his, consumption. And Ilya has had to deal with the fact that he's now married to one of his underlings, a Spartan woman by the name of Ichar, whose intense sexual rituals have broken him both mentally and physically.
It's fucking adorable.
I managed to buy some
Romance
time, though.
of the century.
I appealed to her very professional nature, and it's like, let's be professional right now, and it bought me a little time.
Sure.
Mokla.
I hope.
So, you guys are heading back to the Arcadia. The Pirilp have slaved over their drive controls to your shuttle, and they've been able to kind of navigate an anomaly, a sort of mini wormhole, to get you guys quickly back to the Arcadia. Well, as quickly as possible. It's still a long trip.
A long, tense trip.
How long have we been traveling so far?
So you guys,
I have another question too, but that's the first.
You guys have been traveling for a few days.
Okay. How long is the journey expected to take? You said it was like 14 days or something like
No,
that?
16 and a half days.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay, now, second question. How long can I live without eating?
Well, we're going to have to make some rolls to determine that.
Let's do it.
If you pass out, can we force feed you?
So, what I'd like to do here is we're going to do some rolls to see how the trip goes on the way back.
Get the funnel.
We're going to do some rolls. You guys have 14 and a half days left on this trip to get back. And you have to travel through the anomaly. So, here's what we're going to do. First off, we're going to roll for Vok 2. Vok 2, your endurance, and I guess plus your, if you have conviction.
If you're gonna say conviction, my hook is who puts faith in tradition.
Yeah, so you're gonna, so you don't have conviction, but you have your hook attribute, which will allow you to have any d6s explode. So this is just your endurance dice pool that you're rolling, and any 6s that you get explode.
Okay.
Are the rest of us rolling stealth to not look delicious?
No, we're going to do some other rolls. I want to start with Vok 2's Hunger Strike, though, the Makla.
Any other skills that could potentially be used?
Unfortunately not, my friend.
Okay.
I feel like your brawling is not going to help you here.
What about survival?
No.
Okay, let's do it.
That's you scavenging for things, essentially, to try and...
You got 1/6?
You got an 6. Go ahead and roll another one. And do an exclamation point at the end, so if you get another 6 in there, it'll explode.
Oh, so just /r exclamations. Okay. Cool.
No, /r
D6.
D6
D6
exclamation.
at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god!
What the fuck, man?
Oh my god! So a 19 on the first roll on his normal endurance roll, and he got a 6, and he got 2 more exploding 6s for a 16.
It's a crit. He crit.
He crit the shit out of that.
I'm fucking Super Saiyan now.
So, essentially, what's happened, Vok 2, is you are using all of your faculties to just channel your hunger into your Makla ritual, which has a lot of sort of chanting, and it's probably getting like a bit annoying for most of the people that are on the ship. I think there's a lot of like grumbling, and maybe I don't know if you have to do any hand gestures or if your tentacles wiggle or what.
It's sort of like an instinctual state that we put ourselves in which we shut down the part of our brain that like you use for social interactions, like speech and a lot of those sorts of things. So you kind of go lizard brain in some speech, in some way. So what happens then is that if we do get interrupted, it's just straight primal giant beast. So it's typically not to be trifled. But yeah, I'm just there, and it's just a chant of Mokla. And it's not even like I'm speaking it as a word. It's more like a guttural sound that the body just makes naturally when you put yourself in this state. And that's why it's called the Mokla. But yeah, I'm just in that state right now.
This sounds like... So who's the first person who's going to go poke you and get eaten then?
It's a good question. Circe, why don't you go ahead and make me a charisma or reputation check plus your filmmaking. We're going to see how it goes in terms of coaxing more stories out of the crew.
It doesn't matter either, charisma or I'll do charisma.
Well,
Wow. Wow, new record.
4 1s.
New record. Peachy has been eclipsed for the worst roll.
No matter what happens today.
I miss Peachy. I want Peachy to come back.
Oh my god!
I didn't mean to.
Oh my god!
No, you know what? I'm
I've
glad.
never
I'm
seen
glad. Look, if me rolling like this means you don't die, I'm fine with it. Okay?
Oh my god!
The way
So-
I think about it is
So
that
unlikely.
that's it. It's super rare, so that's cool. But yeah.
So, what just happened, everybody, is that on a 4d6, Fuzzy just rolled
Snake
4
eyes.
ones.
Blind snake eyes. Blindo snake eyes? I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a small. It's a 0.08% chance of happening, which makes it. Let me just do the math.
It's one in a whole bunch.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I'm
fix
just
the overlay
super
right now,
lucky,
guys.
all right?
It's like a snake with glasses, so you could be it'd be like
Yeah,
blue eyes.
Blindo snake.
Yeah.
We should call it the Blindo snake, and it will be magical.
Yeah, holy crap. That is bad. It goes horribly. You're unable to coax anything out of the crew on the shuttle here. It's
I'm gonna-
Except
I'm-
Wayne.
well, Wayne.
Nothing I want to coax out, Wayne.
Wayne has been a bit interested in Circe. Wayne, the demolitions expert that was brought with the group, he's constantly been trying to hook up with Circe, and I think we got to make a Wayne roll. We got to make a Wayne roll. See how Wayne did. It's all right. He does not have high charisma and rep. It's very unlikely. Yeah. He's got a 2d6. Let's give
Come
him,
on,
let's-
Wayne. Come
let's-
on, Wayne. You
let's-
can do it.
Let's give him some luck. Let's have him roll. He's gonna use.
Fucking Christ.
He's gonna
Do
use
NPCs get hooks?
what? Yeah, he does, but his hook is not that. He's gonna get to roll a 5d6 here. Let's see. 8, 11, 15, 19 versus your mental defense.
Where the fuck is my mental defense gone?
Combat equipment.
Yeah. Oh, 14.
Oh man. So Wayne has been worming his way into your good graces. He's definitely like sort of
This is fine. I can roleplay this.
yeah, and it's probably more like he's not great with like his words, but he's got a certain, and I think maybe like the Jamilan people, I guess maybe there's a scent about him that you're attracted to. He's got a musk.
Is that gelatinite I smell? Hint of blasting caps. Ooh, yes.
There's a certain musk about Wayne that gets
Okay,
him.
please. Okay. Whack. Please, I beg of you, don't ever use the word musk again. Okay, just no.
Why not? Do you don't like the word musk?
It's musky.
Not when it relates to Wayne, the character of Wayne. Something about it's just. So,
So, Circe, you've maybe like just hinted at things with Wayne. You know, he's been trying to make an impression on you, the last day has gone pretty well for him. Ilya.
Yes.
Ilya, I think you're gonna have to try and keep Ichar at bay.
Yes. Leadership plus reputation?
Sure, I'll allow you to do that.
Good. Because it's approaching taking. 14.
14. Okay. This is the danger zone now.
Wait. Every time. Can't say danger zone. That's a banned phrase.
Let's see. Intimidate. So she gets to roll a 4d6. Hard for her to
Alright, so-
beat.
It's even.
Did not beat it. 7, 8, 12 from her. Pretty close though. Pretty close. So the next day goes by pretty safely, and this is the day now that you guys are going through the anomaly. Again, it's a sort of like it's like a weird kind of jostling feel. You maybe feel yourselves get a bit stretched, a bit thin, and then it just kind of like you just snap back into sort of reality. And you make your way through the anomaly, and you guys are right there now in the green, on the green peg. Okay. So, another day goes by. Vox 2, please go ahead and give me another endurance roll, please.
Okay. That's a 46. I'll just roll manually so I can add the...
exclamation.
Boom. 15.
Okay, 15. So after your intense concentration from the last day, you found things getting much harder. You're approaching, I guess, your personal best on how long your makla has gone. Maybe you've never really considered yourself that much of a spiritual explorer. I don't know, but it's sort of a spiritual thing maybe with your people, and you've done the makla before maybe as a protest, but never this long. Like, this is like, I think in your brain it's just kind of like, I need food, and it's getting to the point where you're extremely hungry, and it's definitely like breaking through the ritual. You're starting to feel it. It's bothering you.
Okay. Is there any role I could... I guess that was the result of that roll. Okay, so it's starting to bother me. So
yeah, it's starting to bother you.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep just forcing through it, just mokla, just slightly more labored, and I'm gonna hold out, probably sweating. It's I probably stink too while I'm sitting there.
Yeah, there's a bit of a fishy smell that's kind of starting to make its way through the cabin here now. It's a little bit like shrimp that maybe has sort of past expiration, just a little bit.
It's
like
weird just you saying that, like, hits that part of the nose. It's like, ooh.
Because it's so easy. It happens to everybody. I mean, shrimp can go bad like that, right?
Mm.
And it's just like that
Shrimp
one.
doesn't last more than 5 minutes around me. I've never smelled
Yeah.
it.
It's not smelling great in here. Everybody's a bit on edge, and the comfort level has gone down. Everybody is now rolling at a minus 1d6 for stuff.
It's super rough. Realizing that, how long? So we've been on this 4 days now.
About 4 days, yeah.
So at this point, I'd probably approach Dr. Icarus. Yeah. I'll find Dr. Icarus.
Ilya, hello. How are you?
Yes, doing fine. I have question about Vok2. It's been...
Yes.
Yes.
It's a very interesting subject. The tentacles. I've been trying to get close. He has a certain reflex that seems to be happening, swatting his hand out immediately upon me trying to inspect him with a pipette. I'm just trying to sample just a little bit of the fluid that seems to be excreting.
Yes, I would avoid doing that. He hasn't eaten in at least 4 days. I don't know how long since he last ate.
Yes, it's
before
very...
we met him.
It's very intriguing. I'm a bit, I'm a bit curious as to how long he can go without eating. It's very intriguing. So I'm trying to collect some fluid. Want to see what it's made of.
Yes, I was wondering, how long do you think, based on the little you know about his biology, what would you estimate? Or what would be human equivalent, at least? How long could they go without eating?
Oh, well, most humans can last quite a while without eating. You see, it's much more important to consume water. There will be some possible kidney damage, of course. Internal organs may suffer a bit, be strained, but you can go for a fair amount of time without eating as a human. Perhaps a week, maybe, without any major consequences. any longer than that, and it is possible to really damage your internal organs. Now, he's quite a large fellow, so I don't know what the average size is for his species, but well, it's difficult to say exactly. Obtaining a sample of the liquid he's excreting may help determine exactly if it's some sort of hydrating type liquid, or if he's sweating, or if he's doing some sort of cleansing. I don't know.
I know this is long shot, but since we could be here for the traveling still for more than 10 days, I would like to perhaps have him eat something. Is there any way you could make something that's alive in some way to that it?
Oh, I've already offered many of my fungal experiments. He didn't seem to be interested in those, unfortunately.
Perhaps if you could find something that's moving, obviously he could perhaps.
Oh,
Could you?
are you willing to sacrifice one of the crew then?
No. We're good one, Dr. Icarus. No, I was hoping perhaps
I don't understand what's funny.
with use of the replicator and maybe some adjustments, you could make like a blob of living nutrients.
The replicators. They can't. Living. Oh, Ilya. You'll be the death of me.
Well, if you can think on other solutions, then I think is good idea. No insult to his race, but we should assume that they might get desperate, and I don't want any of the crew to be eaten.
Oh.
Or any pieces of the crew to be eaten.
Well, let's get rid of 2 plans. I can cross those out.
Yeah, well, if you could make it priority, it's he's our guest after all. Let's be polite.
Very well. I'll see what I can do. For the betterment of science and whatnot.
Exactly. You could be first person to create artificial living nutrient creature and be famous amongst his people.
Well, I suppose I could use some of the secret information that I've gathered. You see, they have a very intriguing DNA. Do you want to see some of my studies?
Actually, I have to go and look at some military things at my terminal.
But surely that can't be more interesting than the DNA of an alien race.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. You know, our military types don't get to have fun. We have to do work, so you have your fun, and I'll do my work. Here's some graphs, they're too pointy. I have to know how it is. Good luck. I turn and walk away from him.
Yes. Good science to you.
Yeah, I'll probably just kind of quickly go around and just make eye contact with the rest of the crew and make sure everyone's kind of doing all right and doesn't have anything pressing. Then I'll go back up and sit in my chair. And...
If you go nowhere near me, I'll try and interview you.
Yeah, I'll definitely. Well, maybe.
There's a check I'd like to make too.
Okay.
Oh God.
What are you trying to do?
I want to see that because I mean I'm obviously opening my eyes and kind of looking around at certain points during the multiple.
And you're drinking water at
Who
least.
starts
right?
looking
So.
like a floating roast chicken?
I'm not really intaking much of anything. I would say. but while I'm looking around, I'm using like the lizard brain. I'm sort of assessing the people on the ship. Who seems to be like the weakest and easiest prey?
Sure. Go ahead and make me. This is going to be a survival plus your intuition.
Okay, survival plus my intuition.
23. Holy shit.
On a 5d6.
So, in terms of the weakest are probably going to be, and you're only interested in the biological entities, I am assuming.
Yeah, just like the physical attributes.
Yeah, the weakest are going to be the Venetian medic, Delan, and Circe, as well as Dr. Icarus.
I've got 3 strength. Yay!
Okay, perfect. And what about like who's closest, and just that would be the only other thing.
If you've been sitting like there's 3 stations in the front of the shuttle. There's a medical station, there's a tactical station. Well, actually no, there's 4. There's 2 on each side. So there's basically like the helm control, like the piloting, tactical's right next to it. Then behind it is medical and like a little research station. Dr. Icarus is at the research station. The medical station, Delan and Kirari are kind of sharing periodically, and Thick is at the helm. There's and then like some people are like kind of resting in their bunks, and then behind the bunks are the general like safety like harnesses like with chairs and stuff for you guys to sit in, and I assume that you're at that one in the back, and then behind that is the airlock.
All right.
And near the airlock is probably like the replicator. I'd say like the replicator is definitely like towards the back of the ship.
So the replicator they would use for food, I would assume.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I'm just still sitting there. I'm just gauging the room, seeing who's weak, trying to do it inconspicuously and stealthily. But yeah, I'm just continuing with my muckla.
Yep.
This just seems really bad.
Sure. Circe, give me a filmmaking plus your charisma or rep, and again actually that was at a minus 1d6 there, Bobby, for your survival, so that last 5 wasn't there, so that was an 18.
Okay.
Yeah, because everyone is losing comfort levels right now.
Is there a way to do a -1 on the roll, or do you just sort of take it off afterwards?
You just take it off afterwards. I'm going to take the last die off. Okay, so a 10 from Circe. Things have just been going pretty bad for you in general.
The lighting's terrible. I can't get the footage. Everybody's grumpy and uncommunicative.
Yeah, and
how am I supposed to work like this?
And you're definitely starting to get grumpy too. Like the whole experience, like the smell is bothering you. Because I think that you have.
Yeah, probably fairly sensitive to like this stuff anyway. So I'm probably walking around with just like some sort of like silk handkerchief up to my nose, just like, oh.
Yeah, when things get tense, you kind of, you feel it, you definitely are a very charismatic person, and you're a bit empathic.
I'm sensitive. I'm an artist. Okay?
You're empathic. So. Things aren't going well with this documentary. You've looked at the footage that you've got so far, and it's not up to your level of quality for sure.
Maybe I can do something with it in post. We'll see.
Wayne. Wayne is.
I just realized where we are. I'll let you do Wayne stuff first, but I want to do something after that.
Okay. Wayne is not making any progress. Wayne got a 9. So He basically put his foot in his mouth. Not literally, of course, but he probably said something that kind of offended you, and you've kind of lost all interest in pursuing anything with Wayne at this point.
It's the smell. I'm just not in the mood. It's just like, it's just a space, a little space, please. The musk is getting a bit musky. Okay, yes.
Yeah, it's the combination of that fishy kind of shrimp smell and Wayne's musk. That's not doing it for you. So we're gonna need a roll now from Ilya.
From me?
Yeah. Your
Okay.
reputation or charisma plus your leadership. Let's see how well you're keeping Ichar at bay. Keep in mind she gets to roll one less as well.
Yeah, but it's also HR and things could be bad. So I'm gonna, and because I've lost the dice, I'm gonna commit a luck die in advance.
Okay.
Do you want to just make that the last dice in the roll, since it's just that way?
Sure.
Saves us adding and taking away.
So that's 4 is the luck die. Your total is a 17.
It's not bad for a 46.
Oh.
Oh no!
Well.
What? Oh, terrible.
That's not
Yeah,
the reaction. you
Ichar
want.
used her luck dice too.
Ah, damn it!
16, 18,
Oh, what?
19.
On a 46.
She rolled a 5d6, my friend.
Oh. Well. Well, fuck.
So, everybody starts to notice this like loud conversation that's happening in the, I guess where the bunks are in the ship. Ichar says, sort of loudly, like,
I'm getting very tired of this.
Sure, you.
I feel betrayed. Why
then
can't you
can-
understand my feelings?
Listen, HR. If you have problem with my leadership, you can bring it up with our senior officers, and they will take any action necessary.
she gets like really
If the
close
right
to you.
report.
She says,
It has been 4.5 days since we have consummated. Do you know what happens to Spartans that do not consummate in that time?
Okay, HR, I didn't want to bring this up because I understand how you feel, but technically, what you see as our marriage, it happened inside a simulation.
she's just kind of like wide-eyed.
So it wasn't actually me, it was kind of not a simulated me. As you can see, when I came out, I wasn't hurt or injured like I was in simulation, so HR, I don't think it counts as marriage.
She looks at you like confused. Go ahead and give me, if you have a deception check.
I'm not, that's what I believe. I don't have persuasion either, so it doesn't really matter.
It's
yeah.
it's gonna be charisma. Yeah, this is not a reputation based check that you're gonna be making here.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my last luck die in there, and I'm also gonna use my young exploit. And fast healing won't help me. Maybe later. Okay, so first off, just my charisma, and this is actually just a 1d6 because I'm tired. So the initial 1d6, which explodes because I'm using young, so let's hope.
Right. It's
No
a
such luck.
5.
And then my single luck die that I have to use, should also explode as luck die.
Is a 2.
Yeah, 7.
A 7.
7 total.
Right.
Yay.
So Ichar's hook is who hates surprises.
Oh fuck! Why did that have to be right? It's not
I swear to God, I didn't change it. That's what it is.
This is a
yeah.
surprise. It definitely a surprise.
Yeah. So
Shit.
she
I
gets
was
to
saving that one.
she gets to roll a 3d6 exploding.
Oh no.
Oh, actually, it's a 2d6. Sorry. So
okay,
that's...
we could be okay.
So she gets a 6. She gets a 6.
We did it.
And she says,
I'm on a char side in this, to be honest with you.
she says,
Yeah. Do you mean?
Shh. It's okay. We can talk about this.
What do you mean? We are not married.
Murder on the ship?
So, I know a lot about.
she grabs you like by
Some
the,
things
she
in-
grabs you by like the shirt.
Yep.
Are you saying we are not married?
Well, I'm saying that. Let's.
Actually, I just like to point out that legally binding wise, things that occur inside the simulation are in fact legally binding and considered as to have actually happened. It wasn't a simulation as such. The environment was simulated, but the actual the trial itself was, of course, legally binding.
Eh,
I'm not sure. Why are you here?
Give me-
Push you away, please. Give some space.
So give me a charisma check, please, Circe. Plus your diplomacy minus a 1d6. So I guess just roll your diplomacy is a 1d6. So just roll your charisma check.
So just charisma, right? I'm gonna add a luck dice to this.
Just the ones again, though. Just bring those back. That'd be nice.
so that's just the diplomacy plus charisma, right?
Yeah, but you're because you're rolling a luck die essentially. So the last one will be the luck die.
I believe in you.
An 18. Oh man. Oh man. So let's see. Char. I think this is
Just
gonna.
trying to help.
I gotta.
Yes, well, don't. This private conversation, HR, what I was just saying is complicated because of Spartan law, then plus what we would call our collective law, and then also we're in new places, new law. Is we have to speak.
She is one that belongs in the spectacle. She
Yes,
is of
but-
their culture.
Yes.
She
but it's
knows
also-
best. What she said means that we are married.
I'm
Well,
so happy for you.
Why
Ken.
are you trying to fight this?
I think he's intimidated by how strong and womanly you are.
Could you please?
It would not be the first time.
Perhaps you could bide your time until you get back. You know, sexual tension and things. You know, sometimes it's good to wait. It builds things up.
She's like looking. She's like wild-eyed. Like she's just like feral almost at this point. The sexual energy that's built up in her is like ready to fucking. She's ready to tear a phone book in half. And she's just kind of. She's looking
Have you
like.
tried diverting some of your excess sexual energy into a workout or something? Pull-ups, perhaps?
Unfortunately, there is no workout gymnasium here.
Okay, so
There's some very heavy
it's,
crates over there.
well, if you two can have this conversation, I'll just go back.
You're not going anywhere.
She like grabs you and yoinks you back.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, we just need to speak.
Why?
to
And she
one
gets, like,
of
very
the-
close.
Why do you fight this marriage? Do you find me unappealing?
Well, no, it's just we didn't agree to terms beforehand, and the way human marriages work is slightly different, so it's all complicated, and I don't ever think I said the words, hey, HR, good to see you. Hope you're having a nice day. Let's get married. I don't remember that conversation, so technically, I think I don't. Right. So we'll just speak to a lawyer in Arcadia who is expert, and all be cleared up. It should be fine. But before then, let's not step on tradition by making mistakes. Don't want to offend people.
I wouldn't be offended if you had sex right now.
Okay, if you could just be quiet, that would also be respectful and unoffensive.
Oh,
Thank you.
You
Yes.
were inside of me. I felt your.
Okay, so let's that was good talk, and I look forward to meeting with you.
If my father was here
Yes.
and he knew that I felt your.
Yes.
And you did not want to get married,
Yes.
then he would let my mother rip out your heart and eat it.
It's
Fascinating culture.
yes. Thank you. It sounds like a very interesting scenario, but we're fortunate it isn't going to happen. And if you could continue being your very professional military personnel person, that would be great. And we will get everything cleared up in the proper fashion when we reach the Arcadia.
So she can see her like shaking, and she says,
Your isn't even very big anyway.
drops you.
Okay. Good. And just give a look around, everyone who's probably definitely staring at us.
I'm totally just filming.
Yep.
Just like,
Everyone, hope you're having as comfortable journey as possible. I know it's not ideal. We will
am I?
hopefully be there soon.
Whack. Am I getting some decent footage of this at least? This has got to be some kind of, this has got to be good shit, right?
Give me a filmmaking plus your
Luck?
filmmaking plus your intuition.
-1. So, right.
22, and then
we take the
minus
2 off,
the
so
2,
20.
so 20. Yeah. This is like some of the first good footage that you
Things
got.
are livening up here, guys. Check this out! Exclamation mark. Angry cat face. Angry cat face.
I go back to my console and I continue writing the most bizarre report of my military career.
So Delon and Curare have, by the way, been trying to sort of check on you periodically, Vaktu. They are doctors, and they've been kind of trying to make sure that you're okay. Things haven't really been too good on that front, as you've been in the Makla and you've been kind of swatting away at them. But they've done a few checks on you.
Okay, I'd say every time that they would approach, especially Delon, I would sort of like glance at him as if like or glance at her as if like how say a lion hunts a prey, like that sort of like you are just a meal kind of thing, but just like and just stare at her the whole time that they're approaching me.
Delon is using a medical scanner. So she's been kind of like checking on you, and she walks over to you, Ilya, and she says, "Excuse me."
Oh, hello, Dylan. can I help you?
I'm a bit worried about our new friend.
Yes, she is very intrusive with camera, all time in face.
No, I'm sorry. I mean the other one.
Oh, yes. He is doing something he calls Mokla, I believe is...
His vitals are not... Well, we have no prior knowledge of this, but from what I can tell, his pulse is quickening, and it appears that he is excreting quite a lot of fluid. I'm worried that he is extremely dehydrated, and also it's possible that he is undergoing some damage to his organs.
I understand your concerns, but I am not in a position to be able to give you permission to intervene.
If I may speak with you towards the front of the ship, perhaps.
Of course, yes. Head up to my console area. Yes, what is it?
I believe it is in our best interests if we sedate this person and perhaps give them nutrients intravenously. They have been staring at members of the crew, including myself. I am, as you know, Venetian. We have a sort of instinct when we are prey, and that instinct is flaring whenever this Rock 2 is looking at me.
Okay. I am not in a position where I can give you permission to medically intervene with someone against their will when they're not under my command. He is guest, but I can give you permission to defend yourself from harm at all costs, of course, from any individual, and do what is necessary to maintain your safety. Do you know what I'm saying?
Very well, sir. It is, of course, my obligation to let you know when such events are worrisome.
Yes, I completely understand, and I can't do it. It would be, I think, breaking some procedures and laws and regulations regarding first contact, respecting cultures, etc. But you can defend yourself if you feel that your life is potentially in danger. So, therefore, that is how it is. I have asked Dr. Icarus to try and come up with some way to make something that Vok2 can eat.
So there's like this strange liquid that's kind of like bubbling up. It looks like slime that's just kind of like it's starting to emerge forth from a beaker.
I think he's making progress.
Hello, would you like some primordial soup?
Oh, should I pop those bubbles?
He's working on it. So if you could withhold from such actions until you feel is vitally necessary to your safety and safety of the crew, which you also have responsibility for as medical officer, then you may act as you see fit. And even against my orders, you could act as you see fit for safety of you. Your expertise in these things supersedes my rank, I believe.
It does. And Karari and I will continue to monitor his vitals.
Yes, I will check in with him, but he's lashing out at people that get nearby. So if you can avoid getting too close, just I'll check on him now, see how he's doing. We have a rapport.
Very well. She excuses herself.
Take a breath. Take a look back and
Take like a deep breath.
Yeah.
Oh, the shrimp.
yeah. Oh. Yeah. I'll head down to the back to check on Voctor. And I'll
I'm
stop
totally
at
filming
like
it.
the invisible kind of like 5-foot barrier around him. I'll kind of stop kind of at that range. Good Mokla to you, Voctor.
Yeah, when you say Mokla, I instantly like open my eyes extremely quickly, like almost in a startling sense.
Mhm.
And I'm just staring at you, almost like looking up through my brow, kind of with my head down. And I'm continuing.
Oh, the Kubrick stare. Nice.
How are you faring? You look a little under the weather, as we say.
Mokla. Mokla. Mokla.
Your Mokla seems no offense, but a little more labored than normal.
I continue Moklaing.
Okay, just to let you know, I have people working on getting living creature for you. I can't make any promises, but we're trying. If you could just hang in there, we'll do our best to help you.
I close my eyes and continue.
Okay.
Good talk.
Dr. Icarus is going to make a roll here. Now, he gets a 76 normally for biology and logic.
Damn.
So this is going to go down to a 66. It's limited by a 66 anyway, but 11, 13, 16, 18, 20. Not going to be enough.
20 was... Couldn't it have been 21? Yeah, so after I've checked in on Voctor, I'll head back to Dr. Icarus with his bubbling beakers. Progress, I hope, Dr. Icarus?
Oh, yes, quite a lot of progress, actually. None of it
Cool.
good, though.
Oh. Any
Uh,
good progress at all?
Oh, well, you can see that I've tried to isolate the enzymes here, located in the sample of the secret DNA that I have. It's not working. It doesn't seem to be creating anything new, anything that's able to function like life. And even if I do, I don't know if I feel, like it's a correct moral choice. If I am able to create some sort of new life, feeding it to Vok 2.
That would be fascinating.
Oh my!
Well,
I'd like to.
Maybe you could wear a bell.
how are you always here? Yeah, is it good? Can
It's
we
a small
get...
ship. I'm sorry. Look, it's my job to document everything that's happening. All right.
Okay.
If somebody could do something about the air scrubbers as well. When was the last time the air scrubbers were replaced?
You have... Oh,
Well, you see,
I can't ask.
we have an ogre on board, as well as there's
Oh,
certain
is the
odor.
Ogron supposed? Is the Ogron supposed to replace the air scrubbers?
No, the Ogrons are known very well for being very musky
Oh, I see. Oh, like Wayne,
as a
right?
species.
Yes. Mm.
Yes, Wayne
Is
is like...
Wayne part Ogron?
No, he's just a slob.
What is a slob?
Oh, is the person who has poor personal hygiene. He only wearing that nice clean suit. I look over to his uniform. Is it still clean or has he somehow messed it up?
Definitely messed up.
Well, what he's wearing is better than he had before. It was
There's a
burned,
mustard
it had
stain on it
holes
that's
in
just like-
and where did he get mustard?
I mean, there's a replicator. I mean,
Oh, replicator. I never think about condiments or replicator. Anyway, do you need help with something?
Me?
Yes, we were having conversation.
Oh, I was just commenting on the
Excuse me, but all the carbon dioxide is not helping my experiments. If everyone could please take a step back.
it diffuses through. Surely it's certainly, Doctor.
I get really close to Dr. Icarus. Dr. Icarus.
That is not farther away. It's
Yes, I know,
breathing
but-
on my experiments.
I'm far enough away, am I not?
Can you put down recording devices, please? This is top
No, this
secret
is my-
military. You have not signed your disclosure forms yet.
I don't know what they are. You haven't provided them yet. I can't do my job.
I can't provide. Dr. Icarus, you have to. If you have to make the food. If you can't make food, you might be the food. Do you understand?
No.
If you don't give him something to eat, he might eat you.
Who?
Fortu.
Oh.
Do you
Why would
think
he
he's
eat me? I'm...
What? No, you must have misheard.
So the risk is it really because this replay here, look, the instant replay, it says that yes,
How do you have subtitles already?
it's technology.
Science.
Do you have that? Science, exactly. Yes.
Well,
But
that's...
so we are at risk, in fact, of being viciously
No, you're not.
eaten
Listen
by
carefully.
Oh, I
Hello,
see.
everybody.
Right.
This is
Yes,
the
okay,
Ilya
so it's like
Muromets show,
risk of
and
murder.
today we will
5
be.
possible slaughter.
I put my hand over him.
I think we just like turn the volume down on this because this is like what the rest of the day is kind of like.
I'm just like doing sensationalist reporting because I need the ratings. God damn it.
Yeah. Why don't we get the next day of rolls, please? And again, you guys are at a -1 right now. Vok2, let's get an endurance roll from you, please.
Sure. Let's do this. Straight endurance.
Yep.
With the exclamation.
Yep.
14.
14.
Yep.
Oof.
36.
It's getting to the point where this is all you can think about.
Okay.
You're trying to use your various techniques in the mock law where you're trying to think about maybe prior hunts. Maybe they use some sort of experience where you're imagining yourself in those hunts and eating things, and that's kind of like how you settle your brain. You're trying to do that, and it's just not working.
I'm gonna say that I hold on here only because my hook is it's faith and tradition. So the fact that I have that as such a core to me, I'm gonna fight through. So I'm gritting and bearing it still, but I'm probably starting to shake, sort of like not like vibrate, but like just sort of in place. Just kind of I'm struggling right now.
Okay. You are, by the way, under now a countdown. Okay, countdown mode has begun. Any 6s that you roll will eliminate a dice pool. Now, so your endurance dice pool that you get to roll, and the -1 is still applied to this, is now your countdown. So, any 6s that you roll are going to decrease the countdown.
That's
So
not good.
when you get to 0 on your dice pool here, bad shit's gonna happen.
Sounds good.
Okay. I would like a filmmaking plus your charisma check here, please, Circe. 19. That's
14.
-5, so a 14. Okay, so maybe you get a little bit more footage. The crew is is visibly like getting frustrated with stuff a lot easier now, and when that kind of thing happens, it makes for like a little bit more
Tensions are running high here.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do like a few sort of report to cameras of just like it's getting, you know, I sort of slightly I'll like artfully must myself a bit and just going like it's getting hard now. It's very difficult. The air is getting hard to breathe. Tensions are running high. There's a very good chance we might be murdered in our sleep. I don't know how much longer I can go on, but I'm gonna keep on trying for you guys, kind of thing. You know, just melodrama.
Right. It's a difficult situation for sure. Ilya, Ichar has been sort of like trying to pace back and forth. She's gotten into a few arguments with Wayne and Sharn. And tensions have been running high in general. Please roll me a leadership plus your charisma or rep.
Okay, I'll definitely go for rep. And this is minus a 1d6. So I'll just drop that. Okay, this is... That'll just be my straight rep then. Okay, there we go.
An 11. You're having a difficult time managing the crew in general. This isn't just a char. This is kind of keeping people to their task. Delan and Kirare have both come up to you now and said things are not looking good with Vok 2. And they have, you know, they've said like his vitals are not looking good. There is a problem.
Okay. I have one more thing I can try, and then we will go with plan B if necessary. Yeah. I will get back to you very shortly. Stand by.
All right. Dr. Icarus has to make his roll. We'll have him use some luck die on this. He's going to blow his 3d6 luck die. 9d6.
Holy shit.
But you're rolling for a peachy character.
I did not roll great. 9, 10, 13, 15, 20, 5, 26.
Is decent?
Let me check the table.
I can't remember what I said. I think it might be good. Maybe.
Okay. Dr. Icarus says,
Eureka!
Who's that?
You don't understand. I've done it. I've created life with the replicator.
Oh, fascinating. May I film it before it gets eaten?
Sure.
Questionable ethics of human community.
What? No.
You've created life just to feed it to another living being.
so you see like
That's
this.
questionable ethics, sure.
So on the replicator pad, you see like this, I guess like inside of a beaker, there's something that's kind of like crawling around. It looks like some sort of like slug that's just kind of like slowly sort of like inching its way like around like.
Okay. That
looks deeply unappetizing.
Dr. Chris, quickly run your scans. What is it good news? How long will this site work do for?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. It only weighs about a pound or so.
Can it be? Can you replicate the replication, perhaps?
It's possible. I'm not sure exactly. I used some samples that I had, and I don't have any more.
Okay. What can you tell about its nutritional content from scanning it?
Let me see here.
If it could last him 10 days, that would be great. Okay, yes. Good.
Did it? Perhaps if I can replicate more of them, but I'm not sure.
I have an idea. What if you feed it some food and like package
Yes.
food before it is fed
Can
to
you
him?
make it
Nutrients and things.
Oh,
Yes,
perhaps some
like in-
glucose. Yes.
Yes, nutrient pills also.
Very
It's
well.
all inside it.
We can try that.
We could use it as a sort
We-
of delivery method for nutrients.
Dr. Icarus, we
Oh, I
don't
have just the
much-
thing.
And he just like he hits the replicator button, like gets a few like nutrient pills, and just says, "Watch." They just kind of like stick to the slug, and you see this like slug thing just kind of like, just kind of
Out
like
of
roll
character.
over them.
A Sticky just made a gelatinous cube.
What?
A Sticky just made a gelatinous cube.
Could you get it to eat it? I don't know if he'll be so happy.
just tell him it's the.
He might
the
be so
kid.
hungry it doesn't matter. Okay. Do you have everything you need for recordings and such, Doctor? We have very little time.
Oh, but of course, I've been recording my results the entire time.
Of course. I should never.
Do you think I'm
have
some
to
sort of
children see.
amateur? I am a doctor, after all. I have
Of course.
17 different degrees.
17.
That's rather a lot of degrees.
Okay, that's great. And let's hope he's good enough to do a job. I'll take it. I pick up the beaker.
Oh, well, you must let it digest the proper nutrients. It's going to take a few hours, of course.
A few hours.
Well, it's got to digest them.
Okay, well.
I'll continue documenting it then.
I look over to like the.
Unless if we just cram a bunch of these nutrient pills to the thing, and perhaps he won't
cram
notice if he
in
eats
there.
them.
I probably eat in one go. Expect. I look over to Delan and Kurari. Like, how concerned do they look right now?
Terrified.
Okay, yes, they have to just get them inside, Doctor. You do it. I don't. It looks slimy, and the
Okay,
beaker was
he pushes
probably
the
warm.
button for the replicator, like boop, boop, like get like a bunch of nutrient pills, and he just says,
I'll crush them up, and maybe we'll sprinkle
Yes,
them in.
I grab them and just start crushing them up for him.
There's
We
no
need
need. You'll make a mess.
It's fine. And I grab the thing and like, turn it over and look for a mouth. Oh, it's wriggly and. Ugh.
Fascinating.
Does it have teeth, or is it just
No.
a kind of like fish? Okay, yeah. Then I definitely just like push it in.
Are you sure you're putting the cubes in the right end there?
I
I
don't
look
know
for
which
like
end
any
is which.
antenna. Or well, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to die soon anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
murderer.
That should do it. I pop it back in. Okay.
Fascinating.
Thank you, Doctor. I pat him on the shoulder
but
with the slimy hand.
I would like to do a little more study. Okay, I'm going.
Go good. And then I go over to Vorter and I get to that kind of 5-foot barrier. And I put the beaker down in front of him and just push it forward towards him a little bit.
Yeah, when he starts approaching me, I can like sort of intuitively sense that I'm being approached. So I watch him, and so he places a beaker down in front of me. When he pushes it forward, and I look inside of this thing, does it seem like whatever it is alive? Is this something?
oh
that-
yeah, it's wiggly, it's moving.
Told you we were working on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just reach down and snatch it up, and start eating it,
Okay, you just
viciously too.
yeah, you grab the like beaker and just you do the Dr. Zoidberg, you know, like
Oh. Vile.
How was the flavor?
And that's where we're going to take our next break. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned as we have a title for the episode now. We'll be back in just a few minutes.